From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Well, happy Saturday evening. How are you today? Did you have a good day? You know, a lot of great events out there today. It's so many to list off here. Of course, one of them was, of course, the Manton Apple Festival. You know, I've been talking about that for weeks on end. I go every year. I'm an apple pie judge, right? So it was fun. Let me tell you, first of all, these three people, of course, myself included, obviously, were the three judges for this year. Here's Mike Quinn, and he's been a very active member of the Reading community for years and years, right? And of course, then you got Chris Kellstrom. He, of course, is one of the Shasta County Board of Supervisors. And you've got Mike Kruger over here. Yeah, of course, Chief Meteorologist of Weather NorCal, the new Weather NorCal. Now, after we all judged the pies, and we were done with that, the folks over at the Manton Apple Festival Board were gracious enough to allow me to set my Weather NorCal booth up in this section. Now, I want to first of all say to you from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful for all of you. For those of you that come up to me and just give me that little nudge of saying, hey, you're doing a great job. Thank you for what you're doing. Those words of encouragement help keep me going. Because as many of you may know, if you're starting in a business, it can be very difficult and very frustrating at times too. This has not been an easy road for me, folks. I mean, this has been the last almost 4 months I've been doing Weather NorCal, but it's a year in the making before I even launched. At least a year in the making, if not longer. It's a lot of work, a lot of mountains to climb. It's been a tough ride, but we're getting there. And what really helps keep me motivated during these times of stress and trouble that I'm starting this up is your words of encouragement. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. And I want to say welcome to all of you newcomers as well. I was able to really kind of squash that myth that I'm retired, right? Because I've got Weather NorCal here. I'm not retired. Sometimes I wish I was, but I enjoy doing this for you. And I'm glad that I'm able to do this here. So welcome again. There you can see one of the pies here that I was judging here. This is the plaque that basically said in 2001 is when I started as an apple pie judge. And this great family of kids, and of course mother there, homeschool these kids, and they were all phenomenal. Great, I guess you call fiddle players, violinists. I know there's some kind of wording in there. It depends on what kind of music they're playing. And great voices. They were just phenomenal. Great family here, and so glad that I was able to be there to listen to their music. It was absolutely wonderful. All right, so that fog, let me tell you, it stuck around for you on the coast. I was actually expecting, I mentioned it in my morning report here, that we could see some clearing for the coast. Unfortunately, that just didn't happen. Take a look at Crescent City. I mean, sucked in with that fog. And, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's just been gorgeous all week long. But that fog is really kind of coming in, and it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Now, of course, no fog for the valley. Sunny skies here. And when you take a look at what's going on here, we got another warm Sunday. I mean, temperatures are starting to drop, but it's still very warm out there. Cooler going into the next week, and rain showers for early next week as well. All right, so let's take a look at those winds. This is something I've been showing you the last several days because it's something we need to watch. We got a south wind at about 10 to even close to 20 miles per hour for some of us in the valley and even the mountains. But then by Monday, the winds for the most part should start to die down. But Monday's not a concern as far as fire danger is because we're going to be talking about rain here in a second with that day. But there you can see Sunday. Tomorrow, there you can see we're starting to see some of the oranges on the map here. That's that stronger south wind, the warm temperatures, and the dry conditions. So that's going to elevate our fire danger. Let's be extra careful out there, not only in the areas of orange, but for really all of Northern California. We should really be careful, especially when those winds pick up. And of course, on Monday, nothing to be concerned about because, again, we're talking about rain, which we'll get to here in a second. There's that ridge of high pressure that's giving us these very hot temperatures. They're starting to kind of shift off to the east, cooler air moving in. It's not this that I have my eyes on because that'll actually kind of shift up to our north. It's this back here. This is going to get a little bit more organized and give us a round of some rain. So here's Futurecast. And you foresee for your Sunday, unfortunately that fog sticking around here for the coast. And then of course we've got plenty of sunshine elsewhere. All right, so let's take a look at that cold front pushing in Monday morning, starting off your work week, especially for the coast, even into Trinity County. And really, this is going to be a morning event because even the valley is beginning to see some of the rain by about 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe even sooner than that. And even some of the eastern mountains is beginning to see some of that rain. And by the way, not out of the question for a few lightning strikes in there as well. Then we go around noon on Monday. The bulk of the rain, which is lighter, is off to the eastern mountains, and we're seeing just a few scattered sprinkles and light showers behind that main cold front. And then it dries out by Monday night. Now we're going to transition to our longer range forecast model, and what we'll see here is another system coming in through the day on Tuesday. Everyone has the chance for rain on Tuesday, and then by Wednesday it's gone, and it should be dry for Thursday and Friday. Now, this particular forecast model yesterday was showing on Saturday rain over Northern California, and not to mention even parts of Southern Oregon. Now it's taken it out. However, the European forecast model has that rain still in there for Saturday. So you'll notice in the 7-day forecast, I still have the chance for rain on Saturday. We'll see what happens. We've got to watch this closely because especially for those of you that want to see the eclipse on Saturday, we don't want the clouds out there. We want it to be clear. Now it's going to be in the morning, so we'll have to watch the morning sky conditions here for that eclipse on Saturday. But overall, it just, you don't want those clouds to be out there. Here's a look at your rainfall total estimates through Monday night. This is not including what we'll see on Tuesday as well. So you take all of these numbers. So first of all, pointing out where the heaviest rainfall is going to be for both Monday's system and Tuesday's system along the coast. Then as you start heading eastward, you start seeing less and less rainfall. Now, once we add Tuesday in there, maybe tack on or double what you're seeing here for these areas here. And that's essentially what we'll probably see with both storm systems coming through Monday and Tuesday. Here are your wave heights, and there you can see still pretty low for your Sunday, but as a storm system comes in on Monday, we'll probably start to see those wave heights begin to increase. Here's your marine forecast for your Sunday. West winds at 5 knots, waves from the west at 2 feet at 10 seconds, and of course your high tide at 9:54 in the morning, and a low tide at 2:40 in the afternoon with patchy dense fog out there, especially in the morning hours, but even possibly even in the afternoon as well. There are your temperatures overnight tonight, upper 50s, low 60s for many of us in the valley. So another cool start to the day. Of course, obviously much cooler off to the east and northeast, and not to mention even the coast, seeing those overcast skies. The fog sticking around overnight and into tomorrow morning as well. There's a look at tomorrow, and what we've got here, temperatures starting to slowly drop. I think we'll be right around 90 degrees in the valley here for your Sunday. 70s, maybe some 80s for some of the higher elevations, especially out in Trinity County. Upper 80s to maybe even around 90 for Hoopa and Willow Creek. Garberville about 84 for your Sunday. And of course, those mostly cloudy skies for the coast with temperatures upper 50s to low 60s. So here's your 7-day outlook, and I've got chances for rain for everyone on Tuesday, Wednesday. As I mentioned, the heaviest rainfall for the coast, and then the amount of rainfall decreases as you head eastward. So you know where you are. Of course, Altura seeing some showers off and on for Monday and Tuesday, not to mention Susanville. And once again, as I mentioned here, maybe on Saturday. Watch that closely if you have plans, outdoor plans next Saturday, because that may change. We'll see what happens. And for the valley, everyone in the valley has that chance for rain Monday and of course on Tuesday as well. As I mentioned, maybe some activity coming in on Saturday. And there's a look at your 7-day outlook for the coast. Of course, you got that rain Monday, Tuesday. Temperatures are actually going to increase a little bit here for Wednesday, Thursday, really across the board before they start to drop again, possibly as we go into next weekend with that slight chance for some rain.